I think right now the issue of abductions is a matter of serious national concern. And it's not just a matter of national concern, it's a matter of international concern. And we were yesterday with the families of two young men, Justice and Martin. These are very young fellows who disappeared in December. Their bodies have been missing. Their bodies were discovered just the other day, yet they have been missing from December. We had been to court in terms of chasing the other young fellows who had disappeared. There were about 6 of them. You remember the team of Kinakibet, Bill Mwangi, and the others. Muteti, these 5 were released eventually, but Steve Mbisi is still missing as we speak. That's a matter that we have been representing the families in court. And we will be going back again in February to ensure that the IGO police and the DCI and all those concerned are in court to either produce them dead or alive or face consequences. We were also following up on the Mlolongo 4, and unfortunately 2 were found dead, 2 are still missing. When we visited the city mortuary, it was a very, very moving experience. Meeting the families of these 2 young people, seeing their bodies. They were in a terrible state. And one of the bodies had been marked as a victim of drowning, but you could tell the fellow had been tortured and the body had decomposed. It was very, very a very sorry sight. But the other one had actually bullet wounds, meaning he had been murdered, and he had been marked as a victim of murder. So we have raised concerns about the city mortuary because it seems whenever we apply pressure in court, bodies just appear somewhere in the city mortuary. What concerned us most yesterday was that these bodies had been brought somewhere in December. Why had they been hidden all this time? On the day that the IG of police and DCI appeared in court, that was the day that they declared that the 2 bodies had been found. So we raised issues. Is the city mortuary being used as a dumping ground? Is there collusion between the police and the people of the city county in terms of hiding the bodies and releasing the victims whenever there is pressure in court? I think these are the matters that need to be investigated. We did call for a public a commission of inquiry that should be open and that should be all-inclusive so that we get to the bottom of this matter. But we did also demand that the president, who himself in Homa Bay in December made a statement and a promise. It was a tournament where very many young people were, and it is in a region that has actually had the highest casualty of young people killed, both in the 2023 demonstrations and in the 2024 Gen Z revolution. He made a clear promise in broad daylight that abductions will stop, that all abductees will be released. As we speak, abductions are still going on, and many families are still missing their loved ones. So I want to say this to all who are listening, that I think there can't be something more important than this issue of abductions. There can't be anything more urgent than this. We cannot have a president commander-in-chief who is saying one thing, promising, and is not delivering, and whose government is saying we are clueless. We do not know who is abducting these people. This is what the IG of police is saying. This is what the DCI is saying. We are not involved as the police. Then who is abducting these young Kenyans? Who is killing these young Kenyans? And we have some buffoons in this government. You had the broad-based brothers in Western saying, some of these young men are abducting themselves. So we asked yesterday, so did Martin abduct and kill himself? Was it humanly possible for Justice to have abducted and killed himself? But it tells you how this government is trivializing this issue and that they are not taking the matter seriously. The president is busy going to protect Haitians, from gangs, illegal gangs, and abductors, 12,000 kilometers away. He sent our officers there last year. He again sent a second contingent, yet he cannot protect his own citizens. He's very busy now in the DRC issue, where we can see Congolese young men, women being killed. But he thinks now as he wants to be the savior of the region, but he cannot save lives of young Kenyans who are being abducted and killed every day. So I think tonight, as we discuss, let us talk about this openly and know that we have a problem. We have a president and a commander-in-chief who is clearly not in charge, and who in any mature democracy should have resigned for failing, first of all, to keep his word and to fail to actually protect Kenyans as he undertook when he swore his oath on our constitution.
But do you think that even the county government is serious about this adoption, or they are a part and parcel of it? Because body cannot lie in city mortuary where they get reports every day what is happening, the body that comes in and going out. Do you think that they didn't know all these things, Mheshimiwa?
I believe and I agree with the senator of Nairobi, Sifuna, because the senator himself said it yesterday, actually. If you look at his official tweet, Senator Sifuna said he believes the city county is complicit in these abductions, and they are facilitating, they're aiding and abetting in the abduction and killing of these young people by providing a dumping ground where bodies are hidden until the heat turns on. That's when a body appears. And even when we were at the city mortuary, what made us very suspicious was that there was a third body that at first had been removed, and they suspected it must have been one of the Mlolongo 4. But later on, they were told the body had again disappeared. So when we were there, they were saying, oh, it's in one of the cold rooms. So, and the family of these young people, you know, they had been there for 2 days waiting to see. The entries had been made. When we followed up, we were told that third body was yet to be traced. But also we're told there were some workers in the members of staff in the city mortuary who had actually revealed to the families that the bodies were there. I'm told there had been a move to suspend or transfer some of the staff. And even when we arrived, there was just a skeletal staff there, meaning some had been either moved and that speaks to a cover-up. So we must say that, and this is what we said there, that Governor Sakaja needs to speak to this issue. His senator has said it. We as the opposition leaders have said it, and he must answer. He must clear himself and his government, whether they are complicit in this, whether they are actually in collusion with the police to be hiding bodies here, abducting young children, killing them after torturing them, then dumping them in this facility. This ultimately will have both the county government and the national government to answer for this. They must be held to account.
Wow. Thank you so much. For those who are joining, thank you so much. Welcome.